You made me fire, you gave me flames, your hate pushed me higher than I've ever been.
Okay, so Dolly Daggerz is this larger-than-life persona that I created who is both cute, the Dolly side of it is cute, and then the Daggerz part is a bit lethal, fierce, with a lot of attitude, and yeah. So that's where the name comes from. I'm the lead singer of Tokyo Taboo, and I also, I suppose, I'm the driving force behind the band. So I'm from the UK. I moved to London when I was about 18, and I did like a normal university degree. And at that time I started to write music and take music a bit more seriously. I took some vocal classes, vocal coaching. I worked with different producers, so mainly pop producers. I got almost signed to a couple of labels, so a lot of producers like, how do I want to say this, like will have like a project with you, write songs with you, and then they'll try and shop you to a label. So that happened like a couple of times. There were a few instances where I was sort of shopped to a label of some kind.
One day I'll forget you existed. You're just a song on my set list. One day I'll forget you existed. You made me fire.
So really I started when I was about 9, doing singing lessons. I did a lot of musical theatre. I was always dressing up. I was a massive Madonna fan when I was 5, and I was a massive Spice Girls fan too. So music was really important to me, and it was always strong women. So always like big voices too, like Christina Aguilera. When I was 14, her album Stripped was like a massive inspiration to me, still now. And Britney Spears as well. I used to love pop acts that were like strong women. I get that a lot of those were run by men in the background, but at the same time, like it was that kind of like female power of someone who's like so in, I don't know how to explain, like kind of like very empowered in their sexuality, and like, yeah, you dancing and like maybe not wearing that many clothes. I was really into R&B as well, and hip hop. And so yeah, all kinds of music. And then I started to really get into writing and working with just different producers when I was in my 20s. So to start with, I didn't actually play any instruments. I just wrote lyrics. I come from like an English literature background of reading and writing poetry. That's where I came from. So my first instrument that I learned how to use was my voice. Thereafter, I started to learn the piano so that I could teach music, so teaching vocal coaching and also piano. So then I started to learn my piano a bit later, and now it kind of helps. Like with the latest album, it's helped a lot because I would just play chords and then find the melody from there. So it does help to have an instrument. But sometimes I would literally just write a melody, it would just come in my head.
Overflowing sadness, no way out of this hellhole.
Yes, I have. I used to work in a music school, and I'd work on reception there, in exchange for vocal classes. And I noticed when I practiced, I kind of got like obsessed with it. So I just practiced. And because I was in that music school all the time, I was just like completely like absorbed in learning how to sing. And then I also started to learn how to coach people how to sing. So that's a whole different thing, but it still helped me with my voice. And it made me realize that everyone kind of goes through the same issues with their voice. Like different problems, but like everyone has something to work on with their voice. So that was really good. It became like less personal and more just like thinking of your voice in a logical way, like any other musical instrument.
Where's the justice? Where's the karma?
Yeah, so any big female singer inspired me. So Christina Aguilera was one of the biggest inspirations. I feel like she has like quite a rock voice, even though obviously she's pop. And her songs written by Linda Perry, I think, have like an edge to them. And Pink as well. I listened to a lot of her when I was a teenager. Again, she's sings like rock and roll, kind of like her voice is lended to that. And again, her songs were written by Linda Perry from the Four Non Blondes. So those kind of amazing artists. Then also like Whitney Houston was a massive inspiration to me when I was learning how to sing. Mariah Carey too. I grew up listening to Mariah in the car. I grew up like trying to replicate her too. Now, like if I'm listening to like rock music, you have Emily Armstrong, who's now in Linkin Park. Before that, she was in a band called Dead Sarah, and we worked with their producer on our first album. And yeah, just her voice is incredible, and her way of like the amount of emotion she gets out of her voice was always inspiring to me. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm is an obvious one too. Just such power in her voice. Dorothy as well. Then there's 80s singers like the lead singer of Heart, the lead singer of Roxette. Then male singers too, like Freddie Mercury, David Bowie. Yeah, a whole bunch of just amazing performers that have inspired me too.
Whiskey, I need you, burn out my brain, drive me crazy, send me to my brain. Whiskey, I need you to numb the pain.
Okay, so Tokyo Taboo started roughly 10 years ago. We were in another project before that where I was just like a pop singer with a band. And I still remember some of our songs. And we did a few TV shows and things. We did Must Be the Music. There was like this Sky TV show that we did. And we did like a few other things with that band, with that project. We went to Malaysia and performed there. So we did like some really cool things. Then we changed our name to Tokyo Taboo because we wanted to rebrand and become, I suppose, different, because our music was getting heavier. And so we felt like the old name didn't really fit us anymore. So yeah, we started to write more heavier guitar riffs. My lyrics always lended to kind of heavier music anyways, because they're quite dark. So yeah, that's where Tokyo Taboo came from. And it was 10 years ago, and we're still going. We had a little break, but we're still going.
Whiskey, I'd rather go blind. But my vision, on a mission, my decision, blow my vision. Drown the rhythm, can't listen. My addiction, blow my vision. It's happiness.
So So Tokyo Taboo, the name, comes from, well, firstly, it has the same number of letters in each word. So 5 is like my lucky number. Then both words start with a T, so that's alliteration. And being like an English literature student, I like things that sound cool. Then the word Tokyo, we really like Japanese culture. It came from kawaii, kind of cute, like similar with the Dolly Daggerz thing, like very cute anime kind of art and colourful, vibrant vibe. And yeah, that's the Tokyo part. And then the taboo part was more like just saying whatever you wanted to say. I feel like as a female in the music industry, we're often like told to shut up a bit. Like if we're political, we're told like don't be political. And if we say anything, like express an opinion, a lot of people get a bit upset with it. That's just actually being a female in general. I feel like, yeah, so that's the taboo part. So heavy, at the moment, we just wrote a really heavy album. So it has more metal influence, heavy rock influence. So we have a lot of now like sound effects and synths and sounds. So it's modern rock now, I would say. And heavy hitting, a lot of strong vocal hooks, strong vocal lines, always difficult songs to sing. Yeah, that's our style. So it's me and Mickey Danger. We write all of our songs. With this current album, Fuck Your Opinion, we wrote it within 6 months. We just sort of, I think we were like, after COVID and then after like a few little hiccups, we had like pledge music that fell through and a few other things. We just like had a little break for a while. And then just something happened that kind of ignited my want to do music again, and then we just started writing. So I usually write like lyrics. I'll just have like maybe one line and then the whole song will come. Or it will be like a ramble of scrambled ideas and then we'll edit it down. Yeah, it happened quite fast. I think because I'm an athlete, I just got into the habit of just working on something every day like I do with Paul. And yeah, in the end, it paid off because we just were like pretty consistent with it and it happened really fast. Our songs, well, the current album is, I wrote a song about rebirth, I wrote a song about death and losing someone. That was quite hard to write. I wrote a song about online hate. I wrote a song about a whole bunch of things really, so about addiction, the endorphins you get around someone you're not supposed to be attracted to. I don't know, just lots of things. I just write whatever I want. I kind of already covered. So our old band was more just me as a solo person. And I don't think, I hope you can't find any of that music anymore because I hate it. So we are independent at the moment. So everything we do, just pretty much a full-time job at the moment. So booking the shows, doing all the social media, everything we do, everything that you see, plus more is us. Yeah. That's a tough question. So, I think if I listen to like an older catalogue of songs, it's probably Drowning, because I wrote that and I feel like it's still relevant to me as a singer-songwriter when I'm listening back to it now. I wrote that about depression and feeling like pulled under, and I wrote it for myself. And I listened back to it when we were writing our new album, and I was just like, yeah, it still felt relevant to me, and like I had a little cry. So I think I wrote that like maybe 15 years ago, and it still felt like I had like this emotional pull. I listen to, depends what mood I'm in. So if I'm doing training in this room, so if I'm doing pole, I usually listen to something with like a strong beat and like some energy behind it. So sometimes I'll listen to Bring Me the Horizon. Sometimes I'll listen to Immaculate Collection by Madonna. It's an epic album. Sometimes I'll listen to Kylie Minogue. Sometimes I'll listen to like more dance music. If I want to have like a really fun training, if I'm feeling a bit low, I'll put on like 90s pop, like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, just like really cheesy stuff. Yeah, so I listen to a whole bunch of stuff, like depending on what I need at that time. Sometimes I'll be drawn to a certain lyric that I need. So like Titanium by Sia, I go to a lot. Those kind of like uplifting lyrics. So we performed all over. We performed in the US. We did like some shows in New York for a conference called CMJ. We performed in LA. We did like a small tour, played the Viper Room, Whiskey A Go Go, and those kind of places. We performed in Canada for Indie Week Canada. So we did like a few shows in Toronto too, which was really fun. We played a whole bunch of places. We're planning to do more shows in Europe. That's our plan at the moment. So I think this just depends on what we're doing and where we're playing, because every venue is different. It depends who's running the event. So Indie Week Canada was really well run. And then there's been other conferences and stuff that we've played that have also been good. So it just depends. You never really know. It's a bit of a like, let's turn up and see. question, because I think women in general have a tough time, and the music industry is just like a magnifying glass for that. So patriarchy just doesn't like women who age still existing, right? Patriarchy doesn't like women who are loud. So that, again, rock music, women in rock music are going to have a hard time. It doesn't like women who dress in less clothes. It's a bit like you can't win as a woman. So yeah, it's tough. I think the problem is not necessarily the music industry, though there are problems within it. The problem is patriarchy in general, the way that we treat women, the way we think about women, and that has to change. Luckily, there are things happening in the music industry, like you do see people attempting to, for example, put on female-only festivals or more festivals with women as headliners, for example. So there are things happening, but yeah, it's still really tough. In general life, yes. I don't know about in music. I think it's just I tend to post quite a lot of stuff online regardless of whether it's about music or not. So I have my own sort of pole athlete account where sometimes just men just get upset if I point out the fact that just any kind of opinion will upset a lot of men, or anything where I'm talking to the camera. Some men will just not like that. So I don't know if sometimes men trying to explain things to me. Yeah, I tend to have like a filter. So like if a man's trying to like say something to me, I tend to just have like this filter where I just don't really listen. So yeah. So I think the problem is that social media gives anyone a platform. So it's great because it gives people you inspire a platform. So you can see, like for me, I see amazing pole dancers who inspire me, who have a really positive message. But then it also gives like people who don't create anything other than hate and vitriol. It gives them also like a platform. So that's the downside of it. And I think the other thing is that hate is very loud and people tend to pile onto that. Outrage, as we know, gets more views. So a lot of people know that, and so like they'll play the victim and like, yeah, just revel in all of that. And it's really toxic and disgusting, but people will do what they want to do. So yeah, I have been through a few things on social media, and it really sucks, but then it made me really strong and like really clear on who I want to be as a person, and it made me care less because I read all the stuff that people were writing about me. I was like, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true, that's a bunch of shit. That's also a pile of shit, like whatever. So it does make you build thicker skin and care less, especially if you know who you are as a person. If you know that you're a good person, you just give less fucks. And that's what the album is about also. It's just like, if you know in your core that you're a great person and that you're trying your best and that you're a human being that's just doing their absolute most, then there's no reason why anyone should cut you down. We're not perfect, no one is, but we're all trying.
Till there was nothing left. You had my heart, I'll tear you out of my chest. Punching above your weight again and again. Weak now I'm stronger, not letting you in. Release, but I'll tear you out from my skin. Held down a love and no, I'm gonna win. Someday you'll see me shining, a big blade in the sky.
Yeah, Spotify sucks. We've kept our Spotify because it's an important tool for labels to see what you're doing. Also, the other downside of Spotify is that it supports things that we don't believe in. For example, the genocide in Palestine that's happening, and many other things, many other evil things. But at the same time, like, there's no other streaming platform that has that same, monopoly is a good way of saying it. So it's a bit of like, tricky one. I don't know, I kind of think like we're past that. I feel like artists are going to find other revenue streams. It's tough though. Like, I don't ever think Spotify are going to renegotiate like how much money they give independent artists. I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I think the music industry will evolve. It's a struggle. I'm not sure what answer there is to that. So the best way to support independent artists is to buy merch from their Bandcamp directly. So if you go on our Bandcamp, you can buy a t-shirt, you can buy everything that's on there, and that will support us. We actually did an album pre-order, and that's how we were able to fund some of the album, like a small percentage basically. And touring is a whole other thing. So it's really important, if you go to a band show, buy a t-shirt there or buy something, even if you have everything of theirs, just that's what actually pays for the show to run. It's not ticket sales. Ticket sales cover the venue and maybe pay like a small bit towards the support act. But what covers the band's cost of their fuel and accommodation and paying their musicians and so on is usually merch. So just go and buy like a t-shirt to support the band. I'm a pole dancer. It keeps me sane because with pole dancing, no matter what mood I'm in, whether I'm motivated or unmotivated, tired or whatever, I can basically find a way to move my body and then feel good in my skin. And as a woman, like, we're often judged by just the way our body looks and not for what it can do. There's something super empowering about being strong in your own body and being like, my body can do this. I used to I used to struggle to like carry things, for example. Now I'm just like carrying like heavy stuff with one hand, and it's just super awesome to be able to go hiking. I recently went hiking and I was able to just like feel very safe in my own body, not like I was going to fall over, and have no fear because I felt like very balanced. And it just gives you such confidence that you can do all these other things. It's not really just about pole dancing. It's about just feeling good in your body and like that you can do everything. And it's also a good thing to do when things are going, if you're having a bad day, it really just gives you endorphins and lifts your spirits. I think it's honestly listening to the songs we've written for the album, and how it makes me feel when I listen to Wings, and seeing like a kind of full circle moment of feeling really low, writing about like a horrible experience, and then now having something that's empowering for other people to listen to and maybe lift them up. I think that's super powerful. So yeah. I would love to perform with Freddie Mercury from Queen. His voice was just something else. And like, if you watch his Live Aid performance or listen to anything where he sang live, it was absolutely incredible. So he would be my first choice for sure. Dream headliner to support. So our dream headliner for me would be Hailstorm or Bring Me the Horizon, Nova Twins possibly as well. To be honest, anyone who's making music who has a pretty big following, we would love to support, right? Because it's always a great opportunity to be on stage with other bands. So I wrote this song about a smear campaign that was, I suppose, led by a group of people who decided to go online and just write a bunch of lies. And I saw other people kind of pile on to that, and I felt a lot of shame. And it was like a really difficult period, probably for a few months, of feeling really low and then it just getting worse. So sadly, toxic people, I don't want to use toxic people as I feel like it's overused, but people who have bad intentions will make your life literal hell. So that kind of went on for quite a while, and I wrote this song about just being grateful for all of their nonsense, because it really made me look at myself and like go inward and write Wings from that place of like inner strength and just being happy, grateful that I experienced that, and it made me stronger and it made me really sure of who I am as a person. And Wings was recorded by Ramesh at Longwave Studios, and it was written by myself and Mickey Danger. So I wrote all the lyrics, and most of the melody in the chorus was written by me. I think the verse was written by Mickey Danger, if I remember it rightly. But yeah, then it kind of merged into one awesome song. Yeah, the song is really important to me. I sometimes just listen to it if I'm feeling low, because it reminds me of like that strength and power of just like rising above other people's shit, basically.
I got that, got that, got that pussy power. I got that, got that, got that pussy power. I got that, got that, got that pussy power. I got that, got that, got that pussy power. I got that, got that, got that pussy power.
Yeah, so the new album is called Fuck Your Opinion. We have a new single coming out before the album, but if you pre-order the album, you will get it very, very soon. We're just waiting on the artwork to be done and things, but it's done. It's ready. You can pre-order the album on Bandcamp still. We'll take that down soon, but if you want the album, we'll send it. It's available worldwide. We ship it everywhere. The actual proper release will happen towards the end of the year or beginning of next year. Everything takes way longer than we think, so. But it's done. At least it's done. It's there waiting for you. So the album was written, I want to say from July last year, so from July 2025 until we finished it a few weeks before we went to record it, which was in February 2026. So it was very fast. We only had one song already written and the other, no, two maybe. We had two kind of demoed already. And then we wrote the other 8 like really fast. And Mickey Danger was up all night, some nights, just trying to finish it. It was crazy, like the lack of sleep and just like working to a deadline. But it was good. So the first song is written a little bit about how it feels to have a break from music and then come back. It's called Hey. So it can feel a little bit vulnerable to have a break and then come back and wonder whether people actually want to hear from you again. It's like that. It's a reintroduction to the band. And then there's a few songs about the kind of like online hate and like responding to that and the anger that makes you feel when you have lots of people just talking shit about you publicly as well, so other people see it, and it makes you feel really angry. So I wrote a few songs that are quite angry, which is powerful, you know, it's great. Then Wings is obviously like rising above all that nonsense. Then we have songs that are a bit different, different topic. So we wrote Nobody's about the ongoing genocide in Palestine. It's basically it's like a reprise to our other song Walls, which you can listen to. It's already up on Spotify. And we wrote a couple of other songs too. One of them was I wrote about the death of my grandpa, who was very important to me. And so there's like some heavier issues in there too. Yes, so if you pre-order the album now, there's an option to get the CD, there's an option to get a vinyl. We won't do cassette, I don't think. And you can get those, yeah, if you pre-order them, you'll get them hopefully within 4 weeks, because we're really close to having that all done. And the actual proper physical release after the pre-order will be probably towards the end of this year, beginning of next year. Yes, we are. But first, we're doing a tour supporting a really awesome band in November this year, end of November. And so that's the first thing we're doing. Also working on that. We don't have dates, but we're working on it. Oh my god. Can I take our album? I would take our album, fuck your opinion. So I can't decide on any other album. That would probably be the one I would want to listen to the most because it's awesome and I created it and it would remind me while I'm stuck on a desert island of who I really am. Yeah, I really hope that we can come to Germany. I really want to do like more of a European tour. That would be fucking epic. And yeah, that our new music means so much to us, and I hope you've enjoyed me blabbing about it. And yeah, go follow us, go listen to Wings online, and our new single will be out very soon too. So go follow us, keep in the loop, join our mailing list. When you join your mailing list, you get a link to our unplugged video, which is also awesome. We have a new music video coming soon for Wings too. So lots of new exciting things. So thank you so much.